introduce yourself. Let us know your name, where you're from, and an interesting fact.
My name's Calisto Nyambura. I'm from Omaha, Nebraska, born in Kenya. Interesting fact. Um, I don't know. I was born in Kenya.
Okay, okay, okay. So
Yeah, we'll go
born
with
in
that.
Kenya, what brought you to Omaha, Nebraska?
Yeah, my mom um, like had dreams of moving to America, so she basically just made it actionable and moved out here by herself. So she came here when I was 3. I stayed back in Kenya, and then she came back and got me when I was 5. And then
Mm,
she chose Omaha because that's where like they sponsored her nursing program, and it also
hmm
had like the lowest crime at the time. So
mm.
yeah,
Do you have siblings?
only child.
Only
Lots of
child.
family
Okay.
back. Yeah, lots of family back home though. I got
And
like lots of uncles, lots of cousins. But here it's pretty limited.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you get a chance to go back?
Not really. No, I'm a
Hmm
part of that DACA program. I don't know
hmm
if you know what that is, but it's basically
Well, I'm
like
not familiar. Let us know what that means.
it's like for immigrants that came over here pre 9/11, it was pretty easy to come here pre 9/11, but after that, like they made it tough.
Mm,
Um, so since I came pre 9/11, I'm on the DACA program, which basically says like you have to apply for work authorization, yada
mm,
yada. But a weird part of that is you can't leave the country and come back, which is
mm.
weird because like you can work and do all that, but like they say if you leave, we might not let you back in. Basically, is what they say.
Wow. So when's the last time you seen your people?
Bro, since I was like 5, yeah,
Wow. No way.
I got family
Haven't.
here that I've seen, but that's it.
So I know a little bit of your background with your basketball. So like your folks never seen you hoop live, like in person?
My mom has. My mom's out here,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
Pops hasn't been in the picture really ever, so it's really just been my mom. Like none of my
Mm,
people they can't come here unless they apply for citizenship, and it's getting
mm.
tougher and tougher with like who's in office right now, right? So
What was that process like as you grew, matured, and learned to understand pretty much what you just explained? I mean, I mean, at the core of it is it. I don't know how you feel, but how it just sounds, it's like a piece of you is kind of like put up on the shelf essentially that you really can't reach unless again you apply for that and by some chance get approved. Like what was that process like understanding and going through that?
yeah, that's a good question. I'd say it was confusing for sure, because like you said, it's like a large piece of you. Like that's my blood, my family. Um, and my family, like when I was a kid, they didn't really reach out. And like you're a kid, you're not gonna think, let me call my aunt, my uncle. So like, there's a lot of times where they would speak with my mom, but like I was a kid, I was just gonna do whatever, so I didn't really talk to him. So it's definitely weird. And the older I've gotten, like the less I've spoken with them. So
Mm,
that part I don't really like. But I'm applying for my citizenship now through my marriage. So
mm,
hopefully I can go back and we can connect, and it'll be like more of a family feel. But
mm,
it's weird because sometimes people just hit you up back home for bread.
mm.
And it's like you get that first message, and then by message 4 or 5, they're gonna be like,
What
"Yeah,
it
it'd be
is,
really
yeah.
nice if
Hmm
$100." I'm like, "Yeah, man, all right."
Hmm. So have you ever seen your father?
No, besides like a Facebook account, like profile picture. No,
Wow.
he reached out when I was like in middle school, but I don't know. I didn't like how he did my mom, so I kind of like shut that down.
Okay. So where did basketball start to come into your life?
Mm, what was it? Maybe like fourth grade, third grade. I was tall, so like schools wanted me to play anyways, and I just really enjoyed it. And I was like an only child, and like how sports is like it can help you make friends. It's like as an immigrant, I didn't know all that. I didn't know English all that well until I was like maybe like closer to fourth, fifth grade. So basketball just kind of helped me make friends and like build those social skills because cultures were way different from here to there. So it helped me make friends. I really enjoyed the game, and I got to be tall, so I was pretty good at it. So I think those three just
Was your
worked well
folks
together.
did your folks hoop like that you know of, or you just kind of like figured it out on your own?
Nah, I
Well,
figured it out on my own. Yeah.
hmm,
Mom was a volleyball player. Soccer is like the sport back in Kenya, so like all my uncles played soccer. My uncle was a professional soccer player back in Kenya. So that's like what I would have done if I stayed back there. But no, basketball was it. And like I wish they would have known some more about it, so I could have gone in some different directions. That would have been better for me, but just had to figure it out.
okay, okay. Well, Mr. Callisto, thank you so much for sharing those gems, man. And from here we just kind of jump right into it. Is there something specific that you've had to overcome at some point on your journey that you don't mind sharing with us today? It could be it could be coming here, like you were just speaking to. It could be something that you've experienced as an adult. It could be something that you experienced as a teenager. I mean, I'm real that's why I was asking those questions. Those just about like that family aspect, because that's I didn't know that about you, and I didn't know like that it just kind of manifested into what it has become. So that was pretty interesting. But again, whatever you feel like sharing.
Mm, something I had to overcome. I'd say I don't know. I feel like everybody has to come overcome their own things. I'd say probably the biggest thing for me was like I don't know. I think leaning more into my faith has helped me like overcome situations. So I'd say that like just leaning into to God and like being more open about who I am. Like you didn't
Hmm.
know that and we worked together for like a year, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like I
yeah.
never told people that before, but the
Mm,
more I've leaned into God, the more I'm like just, be an open book. Kind of just is what it is. If people don't mess with you, they don't mess with you. But
hmm,
I'm be who I'm going to be.
hmm.
So I didn't realize that maybe until like maybe 2 years ago, a
Hmm.
year ago, and I'm leaning into that more.
Have you thought into kind of, I guess, so prior to you leaning into your faith, I guess, like, was it just one way? Like, I'm just kind of cut off, or?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I was like definitely more cut off. Like
Hmm.
unless you're my immediate family, my even my friends that I grew up with from way back didn't know some of these details of my life. So it was
Hmm.
just really my immediate family because I don't know, you grow up in America, there's so many people that are like immigrants, we hate this or that like especially like in Nebraska, right? Like you don't want to I don't want people to know I'm an immigrant and then all of a sudden, people are hating on me like this or that.
Hmm.
So um, I would say that part of my life was more hidden like it was a bad thing, and it's not a bad thing at all. Like it's
Hmm.
a part of it. Like everybody has their own journey. So
What
yeah,
through that, so throughout all of that, because it sounds like so that was a compilation. So you're what, 20? How old are you now?
29, about to be 30.
About to be 30, big 30. When was your birthday again?
It's about to be this weekend on the third.
Dang, bro. Happy early birthday. One, do you have plans?
Appreciate you. Yeah, just gonna get some wings with the family.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
be low key.
So you said up until about 2 years ago is when you started leaning more into the faith aspect. What do you think kind of contributed to that being closed off? Like, what do you think the biggest contributor was amongst all of the things that contributed to that?
To like leaning into faith or to
No,
being
no,
closed
no.
off.
To being closed off. To being closed off. Like the biggest. Like I'm trying to think of like what impacted you the most that up until 28 years old, you were pretty much just kind of closed off, which again, nothing's wrong with that. I'm just wanting to more so understand, your thought process.
Yeah, I mean, I think before that it was just immigrant. It was just me and my mom over here. Um, and like you only had it was only me and her, so it's like I'm not trying to
Mm,
open up to where there's any kind of weakness in the family,
mm-hmm, mm,
where people can poke and pry and like maybe it can
mm-hmm,
make our situation worse in any way. I don't know
mm,
why I thought that, but
mm,
that's what I did think. So I was just
mm.
like, let me just keep this to myself. If people don't know, nothing bad could happen.
So like even at like were you considered the man of the house even at that young of an age?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. Okay, okay, okay. Thinking back. growing up, being here, what was one of the biggest challenges? Like you said, you struggled with the language barrier. What outside of that, what was one of the biggest challenges you faced growing up here?
I thought about this. I think the biggest challenge was like, all right, I'm Kenyan, right? So people here associate that with African, right? So
Mm,
you're African. My mom wanted me to go to the best schools, so I went to predominantly white, like high schools growing up. So I'm Kenyan going to all white schools.
mm,
Um, I don't really know like black culture here until I got in high school to Burke.
mm,
So I didn't really get to learn that part until I was like 17, right? So you really didn't understand
mm,
the black culture, which is where I fit in the most here. But I'm going to all these all white schools, and that was a trip in itself. Just like, they're all good. There are a lot of good people there, but it's like
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
you don't always fit in. Like you feel people looking at you. Like sixth grade, you're
mm,
talking about slavery. You got these little immature sixth graders like looking at you like
mm-hmm,
that. So that shit's
mm-hmm,
weird. So
mm-hmm,
I would say
mm-hmm,
that was probably the weirdest part about growing up is balancing growing up in predominantly white institutions without really being connected to like the black community here. And then once I did get that connection, once I got a little bit older, you just feel like you fit in way more because like people look like you.
mm.
Um, they just accept you more in that way. So it was cool.
As you spoke about the immigrant experience, is there any advice that you can give? I mean, because you hit on from growing up, being all the way up to being a teenager, and then, like I said, even coming up to 28. Like, what's some pieces of advice that you can give some individuals that either may be coming, may have come over, and may be experiencing the same thing that you experienced?
Mm, I would say caution is like it's a good thing. Like you should definitely be cautious and aware because not everybody has the best intentions for you, but more people mean better for you than those people that have the malice in their heart, you know? Um, so just be aware, but like definitely don't be like as closed off as I was because I don't know. I feel like life's more fun just people knowing you for real, that type of thing, and like
Hmm.
you opening up makes other people open up. So that's been really cool. The past couple of years is diving deeper in my friendships with people that I know instead of just being more surface level.
Wow. Okay, okay. Again, thank you so much for that advice. As we get ready to wrap it up, I got five more rapid fire questions, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, let's do it.
Cool, cool. What's one thing you tell yourself when life is hard?
I don't know. I'm gonna be repetitive, but I've gotten more in my faith. Like when times get hard, just kind of lean in to God. So I'd say just do that, and then not when it's hard. I think it's easy to lean into God when things are hard, just because like you're looking for something. But I need to get better when things are going well. Like still staying tapped in with God.
What's a goal you're chasing right now, big or small?
Um, I'd say just more financial freedom. Like I want to be able to take care of my family even better than I can right now, and with that, I want to be able to help other people too. So that's really the goal just for my 30s. Like, hey, lock down the house, which we're doing fine, but to a point to where we can help other people too.
What's a lesson you had to learn the hard way?
Um, Financial lessons. Like I wasn't the most financially literate, especially coming out of like college, high school, immigrant. We didn't have any kind of money, so had to learn the hard lessons of how to manage money, not going into debt, things like that. So yeah, definitely that.
Who do you do it for when motivation runs out?
God's glory. So God first, family, friends, pretty much just that order in that three. That three in that order. That's what I meant.
What's one reminder you think everyone needs to hear today?
I mean, you're not alone. Like, I don't know. I feel like men, especially, like it's like you branch off when things are going tough. Like you don't tell people because like you don't want to talk because it's a weakness, but it's really not. Like asking people for help, talking to people is really powerful.
Mr. Callisto, thank you for jumping on the call. that's essentially the interview, man. Like I said, is there anything else you would like to share with us?
Nah, man. I appreciate you having me. It was cool catching up with you.
Already, man. Like I said, once I finish this interview, I'm gonna try to do a few more here. I'm gonna edit them out, send them to you guys, and y'all will be able to, use them, repurpose them, whatever the case may be. But I just wanted to continue to do this to not only, build content, but also just, support people in whatever way I can. So appreciate you, Big Dog.
Yes, sir. This was dope.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate you too.
Already. Yep, yep.